Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the New World Practitioner Q&A. It's not going to be that long today, especially because I'm an hour late. And my apologies to everyone if I made you wait, kept you waiting. Between the hurricane 2 days ago, and I just got back a couple hours ago, and I did a show with Terry Mullins on infinite iodine, infinite healing. And today I just wanted to talk about this. And we do have the Zoom link up, and can you put the Zoom link up if people do want to join us on Facebook or Rumble, or on also YouTube? And then if you want to come on, you can ask me questions here as well. I will be doing the World Healing Q&A, and I'll be doing that tomorrow. Correct, Sean?
Yes.
So that one's more for health questions. This is more in the way of talking to people who are practitioners already, who would like to be practitioners, never thought they could be because it costs them so much money to become a practitioner. And also, it's scary to become a practitioner when, you're taught that it's only the elite people that actually could heal people. Well, understand something. We don't actually heal people, practitioners. Did you know that? We just have strategies and techniques and tools, whether it be emotional, physical, nutritional, that help people to find strategies to come back into alignment. There is no healing, there's just alignment. And when you are not in alignment with yourself, you're going to have inflammation, pain, you're going to have swelling, which basically boils down to suffering. And if you do it long enough and strong enough, you'll have physical blocks in your body that we call fibroids or calcium deposits or tumors or pimples or, yeah. So let me just say this, okay? The whole world of healing is toxic and diluted. And, people really don't like sometimes the way I talk. It's like, who does he think he is? Well, the reality is this. Who do I think I am? Well, I'm a guy that will give a money-back guarantee on all our body work and on our trainings and certifications and on our consultations. The reality is this. The longer you go to school, the better you have a chance of being fooled, schooled, and ruled. Okay? We can see some of the people that everybody just so loves. Oh, they're just so smart. And they're doing the V, okay? Pushing the C, okay? And listen, why don't they just let us be? Okay? So understand, if you're book smart and you're not heart smart, then you're not smart at all. Okay? So don't tell me about your cousin that's got 3 PhDs, because guess what? I probably don't want to talk to him. Okay? I probably don't want to talk to him. I'll tell you who I want to talk to. I want to talk to the person that says, I've always wanted to be a practitioner. I've got passion. I've got purpose. And, I was told that it's going to cost tens of thousands of dollars. Okay? And it's going to take years to be able to do this. And I got to learn all these big words that I can hardly pronounce. That's not health at all. That's not health at all. So I just want to say that this today was kind of unorganized as it comes, like when we're talking about New World Practitioner show today. But I'm very organized in my head. I'm organized to the point that let's see the results that a practitioner is making. Is a practitioner actually training his patients to not have to be patients anymore, by training them to be patient so that they actually learn how to love, honor, and respect their body, how to get up in the morning with their first breath until they go and close their eyes at night? Is he teaching them how to eat, think, drink, unconditional love, and self-care? I say we should do away with practitioners, don't you? We have way too many. We've got all these medical doctors, all these medical breakthroughs. We've got about 10 or 20 times more natural health practitioners than medical doctors, but people are just getting sick all over the place. And the reality is this. I just listen to people talk, They try to just baffle the mind with their so-called intelligence. Understand something. If you can't emotionally understand how the body functions, and you don't understand that the subconscious is either the dumbest part of a person's healing or the smartest part of their healing, and it's all got to do with beliefs. Let me tell you something. There are people that will put so much willpower and so much money. They'll buy tons of products at the beginning. All this willpower, go, 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 go. You know, like it's some kind of race. All we had to do was teach them the perfect day from the minute they woke up until they went to bed. Teach them how to connect to their breath. And teach them that, guess what? Even when you don't feel like smiling, put one on. And you're not faking it. But the reality is we know that I can go to a practitioner or a doctor, and if they want to give me statistics, I could leave there thinking I'm going to die in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months, or there's just no hope for me. Or I could go to someone that says you're a light energy, electrical, magnetic being, and your reality was created by your personality, and your personality is not that great. Okay? I mean, how much throughout the day are you in the present moment? Well, we know that the majority of the population is only in the present moment, 2 to 5%, and that's why the majority of the population never really heals. What they do is they turn down the burner of their suffering. See, here's the deal. If you really wanted to know, as far as I'm concerned, you're not a practitioner if you don't understand history. And the history is that 130 years ago, there wasn't any medical doctors. There you go. Okay? There was Hippocrates. He wasn't a medical doctor. So I don't know what people are talking about. Okay? So the reality is that medical doctors today know nothing about health, only about drugs, only about surgery. But the majority of the population go and they'll keep on going back. Now, why do they keep going back? Because guess what? Because practitioners don't teach their patients that your subconscious rules you whether or not you have healing beliefs or not. And if you don't have healing beliefs, then you're going to remain sick for the rest of your life. So sick beliefs create sick people. People wouldn't be sick if they didn't have sick beliefs. Let me tell you, 52 people took my whole life coach course. Through that whole life coach course, we are probably into the 4th day, 5th day, 1 or 2 were missing. By the time we got to the 6th day, 7th day, we had one day where 12 didn't show up. Now, it's the funniest thing, you know, people say, I want to heal people. And the reality is this, can you really heal people until you really heal yourself? That you really understand that beliefs rule and school you? So now we've got people not coming in because they don't know how to process their emotions, all this stuff they buried all their life. This is why when I tell people when they come to my whole life coach course, do your homework. Did you do the Braveheart 33-day program? Did you do it 3 times? Are you doing the 4 pillars of the perfect day? The Braveheart online emotional intelligence course, just type in Braveheart free. It's $1,000 almost. You can have it for free. But are you going to take the time to do it, or are you going to do Netflix or tell yourself you're too tired? Well, the only reason why you're too tired or you do Netflix first is because your subconscious rules, schools, and fools you. The reality, somebody wants to be admitted in. Okay, Sean, do you want me to do that?
I got it.
Okay. So the reality is this. I got to tell you this. Now, this is what a guy does if he's truthful. Do you know how many people come to me and they tell me, I am a whole life coach. I am an emotional coach. I was certified this. I was certified that. And then they come in and they take my course, and then we see everything start to unravel with them. I'm going to tell you something right now. Emotionally speaking, practitioners don't have their act together. They don't know the basics of connected to your breath, slight smile, mind your own business, unconditional love for yourself. Come on, seriously? No. When I start working with people, the stuff starts coming up. It starts coming up. And you know what? It's not their fault. We've all been programmed by who? Well, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Royals, and then they created the medical system. The medical system is based on drugs, based on surgery, chemotherapy, radiation. It's all based on what? Dishonor, disrespect. So there you go. And then, you know what? Most of the people that come to my course, oh, I've done this before. Oh, I've heard about this before. I've done this before. And then they come and then they go, boom. You know, I would rather people just didn't jump the gun. And when they came to the Whole Life Coach, I would really, really appreciate if they come to my trainings. And you know what? You're going to go, well, doesn't he want us there? Not really. I don't want you here. I don't want you here complaining about how I'm holding the line. I don't want you here. Don't tell me that you're coming to be a whole life coach and then guess what? And then you're talking about, oh my gosh, she's digging up all this stuff. You know, the reality is if you did my Braveheart emotional online training 2 or 3 times, if you did the perfect day and you actually went through your house and the cupboards and the fridge and the pantry and the bathroom and you got rid of all the poisons, that would be a really good start. And then if you started forgiving yourself completely and get yourself off the sinner syndrome and the failure that you are, or that you went to bed with 100,000 guys, or you went to bed with 100,000 girls, or you stole from someone, or you're never going to, you know, all of this stuff, it's inside of us. You know, people can say what they want about me, and that's okay. I don't expect anybody anymore to like me. Oh, I don't even expect people to come to my course if they don't want to come. Because the reality is this, we've been spoiled rotten. We've been spoiled rotten. Now, are there good practitioners out there that are emotionally unbalanced? Yes, that's correct. But the reality is this, is healing a physical or is it an emotional thing? And if it's a physical thing, how long does it last? Now, to be a physical practitioner, it doesn't take much to do that. But then most practitioners, they're physical practitioners, but guess what? They still don't carry high vibrational products. My products will kick your butt because they're high vibrational. They'll actually work on the emotional things that are deep buried in you. You got to remember those issues in your tissues. Those physical blocks are calcium, scar tissue crystallization, but they were mental blocks at the beginning. There's nobody that doesn't come to me, like very rare. Like 1 out of 10,000 people we call enlightened. Are people awake? Yeah, to a certain degree they're awake. But the reality is this. Think about it. Think about your mind. Think about what you think about during the day. How much guilt do you have? How much do you judge people? I don't judge people at all. But I'm going to tell you something right now. I'll observe them and say, yeah, I don't want any of that. Thank you very much. Because I need to understand something. If I want to be an enlightened practitioner, then I can never judge anyone because everybody functions off their beliefs. So I'm going to judge someone and go, oh my God, I don't like this person because of their beliefs. Well, what do you think everybody does to me? They don't like me because of my beliefs. Who does he think he is? He's so damn selfish. He says he has unconditional love for himself and he loves himself more than anyone else. Well, the reality is you're not going to be able to carry out your mission on this planet, your passion and your purpose, if you don't unconditionally love yourself and love yourself first and foremost and put yourself first. I mean, I don't go around hurting people, but guess what? People believe I do. Oh yeah, because what? Because I'm not like the rest of the people? Because I'm not going to suffer for all the people that are suffering out there right now? Do I feel for them? Absolutely. But if I suffer for anyone, that will weaken me. That will steal my energy and I won't be able to hold the line. Also, I'll be sick all the time. You know, you should follow me around for a day and find out. Even when things go wrong, they're not going wrong. We need to slow down. We need to connect to our breath. But the reality is what I want, what I do with this New World Practitioners, let's bring in the highest frequency products. Highest frequency, not, oh my gosh, look at all the nutrients that are in here. Oh my gosh, 2,000 milligrams. Are you kidding? It's the vibration behind the product. It's where how the product was processed. Who processed it? You know, BS baffles brains, dysfunctional beliefs. 90% to 95% of all the supplementation out there has a good story behind it, but it doesn't work. Does it stimulate? Yeah, but does it regenerate? No. Because everything, whether it's food or water or it's supplementation, it's the frequency that it's left behind. But what if your belief systems, what if you became a practitioner and your belief systems only left high vibrational beliefs in you? Well, then nothing's going to touch you. You know, I do these interviews with people, and they're very smart in their field. You know, they've invented great nutritional products, energy medicine, but they miss the mark when they don't understand that the emotional rules and schools the physical body, and it's always going to do that. So, so I added 5 days onto the course. So the course was 21 days. Then it's 22 days, but then I added a day off and then 5 more days. So now it's 28 days. You know, it's kind of crazy, eh? Like I tell people, come take my course 3 times and then help me teach it twice. Nobody will be able to touch you anywhere. They won't be able to tear your heart apart, or no medical doctor, no practitioner. I don't care if they've been practicing for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Let them try to play a game with you to see if they're smarter than you. I remember when I really started coming out with my philosophies, and I'd have medical doctors, chiropractors, other people that have gone to school for years, and they didn't like me saying that whether you're a chiropractor, medical doctor, nurse, or you're a housewife that now wants to become a practitioner because you've always wanted to be, or you're an oil rigger and you want to be a practitioner. Oh boy, did they come out and slam me. But then guess what? Then what I did is I came on and I go, come on my show and challenge me. Let's make a show out of it. Okay, so I don't know what I'm talking about. You think my philosophies aren't right? Then you come on my show. And I'm telling everybody on Facebook and every other platform right now, put up or shut up. Okay, so here's the deal. We've got parents that are adulterating their children and don't even know it. We've got parents that don't even know how to raise their children. They don't know how to love themselves or each other. We've got a system out there that judges, okay? It's not a justice system, it judges. It makes everybody guilty. We have an elite faction that have created this C thing, this fake V thing, and then guess what? The majority of the population is now there. I think Ty Bollinger said 52% of the population in the United States has had the vaccine. So the reality is here. Most of and a lot of those are practitioners. So understand something. You need to get this right now. I am going to hold the line. You know what? If I have like 0 people coming in November, I'm not going to change my belief systems. I am never going to change my belief systems. I do what I do because I want to become an enlightened being. That means, guess what? That means unconditional love. I mean, I'm not religious in any faction here, so understand that and get that, make it really clear. But Jesus taught unconditional love. Taught about unconditional love, protecting and respecting oneself. And we have such a big problem with that today. So when you come to take my course, you need to breathe. You need to keep a smile on your face. You need to see when things pop up and you're starting to struggle because you remember something that traumatized you, dramatized you. And well, you've been dramatizing yourself on it. Because you know what? The reason why people are messed up is they keep retelling the story. Can you let this person in, please? Sean? If you want, I'll do it. So anyways, so the reality is tell a different story. And that's all I'm teaching people. I said at the end of this 10-day whole life coach course, you are going to only be able to say one thing. Oh, you can say whatever you want throughout the course, but I will tell you something right now. All he tried to teach us was unconditional love. And I struggled so much that I had a tummy ache. I had a headache. I had aches throughout my body, in my muscles, because you've got issues in your tissues. I tell people, you know what? As soon as you join the course, get a perfect day consult, right, with one of my master consultants. Start eating right, talking right, thinking right, living right, so that when you get here, it's easier. So now, people, we had, I think, 47 people in the Whole Life Coach course. When the Whole Life Coach course was done, 5 people opted out. So now we have 42 people in the course. Now those 5 people came to us and said, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for the course. I don't know if I can do this. And guess what? They made the right decision. They might come back and do it sometime, but they decided not to do it because the emotional part was so tough on them. But then there was people that are doing the Wolf non-surgical because guess what? The average practitioner or person that wants to be a practitioner is not healthy. They're not healthy. They can't get up and down. They can't do any physical work hardly anymore. So the reality is this. Today, you can become a practitioner and you can look like you're 6 months to 9 months pregnant. And people even say, oh, he's really good at what he does. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on in that guy. You know, he doesn't eat right because he wouldn't look like that. And if he doesn't eat right, he doesn't think right. But he's got enough products that help to bring up the frequency and the vibration in a person to make them feel better. See, we are so deficient in love, self-love, self-care. But we are so deficient in minerals and in enzymes that all I got to do is just change somebody's diet and give them Sononian minerals and some C60 and some infinite iodine, and they just go, oh, I'm awake. I'm awake. But guess what? That's just the tip of the iceberg. What if you never had to feel guilty about anything again? What if you learned from your mistakes and you didn't burn from your mistakes? Wouldn't that be something? Oh no, wouldn't want to do that, because if he doesn't burn for things that we believe aren't right, then who does he think he is? Well, I'll tell you who I am. I'm the guy that's sick of suffering, and I'm not going to teach suffering. And when people come and they are suffering, God love them. But it's their belief systems. So people say to me, I want to come, I want to take the course, I want to heal people. Well, the best thing to do would be to see if you could heal yourself, if you could free yourself up, bring up your vibration first. So understand something. This might not be the course for you. So understand, you know that nutritional course you could take online, the one about the vitamins and the minerals and the enzymes, and the one that doesn't touch the emotional stuff? That's, for the majority of the population, that's the course that they should go to. I will not change who I am. And I don't care if another person doesn't want to come to my course again, because I'm on course. And I'm going to stay on course with loving and caring for myself. And you know what? I need to, because I put out so much energy all day because I'm so passionate about helping and healing and helping to set people free. Free of what? The invisible bonds that bind them on an emotional and physical level. Nobody needs to be stiff. Nobody needs to limp. Nobody needs a cane or a walker or a wheelchair. And that's the bottom line. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. If you get the chance to watch my lecture I did at TTAC, people told me that was the most powerful lecture they've ever seen in their life. And I'm going to tell you something right now. In 45 minutes, I had 25, 30 people walk out. And every time I did a trigger and I tried to tell the truth and uncover something, somebody would get up and walk out. And the shape of the people that were walking out, and you could tell on their faces, they couldn't process it. So you know what? I wouldn't want them to sit there and listen to me, because unconditional love, total self-care, no guilt, letting yourself off the hook. You are a high vibrational being. You can have it all. They can't handle that. That goes against everything about a human being, a human doing, you mean. So you go ahead. Take your courses, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But guess what? Are you really comfortable? You know, the biggest problem when people go through a course like mine, the Whole Life Coach, is I go in and I try to show them the things that are creating the disease. The disease is the dysfunction of that dysfunctional belief that they don't even know they're playing. If they were to sit back and put a slight smile on their face and just picture it as a river, and there goes another turd, or, oh wow, look at the emotion he just stirred up in me about my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my divorce, okay, my drug addiction, or whatever the case may be, and you just looked at it and said to yourself, you know what? I did damn good considering the minute I got here, I was corrupted, contaminated, and I was conflicted by everything I was taught. And I did damn good, and I'm going to do better. Instead of going into guilt, oh my God, I feel so bad because I had all that guilt for my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my husband, my daughter. See, everything here is about suffering. You want to talk about the C thing that's going on right now? That's all about suffering. It's all about taking humanity and crushing humanity, taking the spirit out. You know, a lot of people, when they feel joy and bliss, they don't even feel they deserve it. A lot of people, unless they're suffering on a daily basis to a certain amount, they don't even know they're alive anymore. You know, I got to tell you something. I've had some major breakthroughs. I love everybody on this planet. Problem is a lot of people on this planet can't love themselves. They put themselves in judgment jail. So what happens if you're trying to break somebody out of judgment jail and their time's not up because they gave themselves a life sentence? Well, guess what? There comes the struggle. There it comes right there. There is the big struggle right there. Did we just lose Zoom, Sean?
No.
Okay, there's a lot going on here, man. Okay? So the struggle that you have is actually just the struggle with your beliefs. If I could go in and erase and replace every belief that was built on hate, anger, okay, jealousy, shame, and I replaced it with unconditional love for yourself, it'd be over right there. But you know what? Your subconscious isn't going to let you honor these new beliefs because you're dishonoring those beliefs. And understand something, and you better get this, okay? And I'm going to say this a million times, and I don't tell you I know the story. God created the spirit, and man manipulated the mind. The mind works only 10%. Why do we need 90% subconscious? Why do we need that? A big storage shed for our beliefs? They're not our beliefs. The minute you get here, you're with toxic parents. God loved them anyway. I was a toxic parent. So why do we need such a big subconscious? Well, because the mind was altered. Because from 0 to 7, you don't have any filter. Everything that comes into you, it's the God's truth. And then you spend the rest of your life trying to unravel it. So now what happens is the people that come and take my whole life coach course, they've never taken an emotional course with this depth. So I stir this up and they don't know what to do with it. And they can't process it. I didn't call anybody any names. I didn't do anything. I kept saying, your unconditional love. You've got to totally fill up your heart. You've got to honor yourself. You've got to forgive yourself. And then we talk about the world. But why can't we talk about the world and be able to look at the world and know that the world is ruling, schooling, and fooling us and screwing us over? And it's not the world, it's actually corporations. And corporations are just entities. And those entities are ruled by just a few of these families that are running the sea right now. But they run the other sea too, called cancer, don't they? So understand something. You got to get this. People come and they get a wake-up call. You know, it's like people are all shook up right now. Well, you know, all people do is complain. They complain. They complain about the chlorine and fluoride in their water. They complain about all the toxins and what the government's doing. You know, if people just took all their energy and minded their own business and really worked on that unconditional love for themselves, they could give it to their families. And then they could get rid of the family curse. Now, see, doing that is how you become a New World practitioner. You don't become a New World practitioner because you went and you got a degree in nutrition. And anyways, it's not about nutrition. It's about frequency. It's about light. It's about sound, and it's about energy. And it's frequencies that turn cancer on and turn it off, turn eczema on, turn psoriasis on, turn headaches on, turn cataracts on. Geez, come on. Everything. Your disease is built on your personality, and your personality is not your personality, because the reality is it's all these dysfunctional belief systems. And if you think that there is a school that is approved by any government agency that's worth it, I'll tell you, I disagree. And the longer you go to school, the more you're schooled, ruled, and fooled. You don't have to go to school forever. There's a genius inside of you. There's a practitioner inside of you. And I'm going to put this out there to everyone. I'll take anybody that's gone through my 28-day course. I'll pick the person from any course. And I'll put that person up against any other practitioner out there. When you can't get somebody well, you come and you give them to me, and I will pick the practitioner out of my next course. So don't you tell me that you need to spend $100,000, $200,000 and go to school for 4 years or 6 years or 8 years. Because guess what? We were created by God Almighty, and we are spirit beings. And if you could just honor and respect yourself and look in the mirror and talk to yourself and be building yourself up all day instead of tearing yourself down, because understand something. I'll tell you what. Let's take the same person that's got any type of disease, even stage 4 cancer, and let's let them go to the medical doctor. And then let's let them come to me. I won't sell them one thing, not one thing. I won't make any false promises, but I will tell them who they are and what their potential is. And that created the universe has never judged you, and that you have been set up, and that you need to change your reality. That means that you might even have to what? Not hang around with some family members, some friends, that you need to change your life. Because if you don't change your personality, you'll never change your reality, which means you're going to have to change the routine in your life. You're going to have to think differently, eat differently, walk differently, talk differently. And this is what a New World practitioner teaches. So, it's like this. I could have spent this whole time on here just telling you all the merits of taking my course. But the biggest merit of the course is this, is to get you on course, to find the authentic you. Wouldn't it be something to fall in love with yourself? To not put yourself on the meat hook anymore? To not allow any family members to make you feel guilty anymore, or not running that same program over and over again, the same dispute with your husband, your wife, your mother, your father, or your children, or anybody else. Or even catch yourself going, oh, I hate the government, I hate the government, oh, I hate the medical system, I hate them, I hate this, I hate that. Wouldn't it be great if you were in control of your mind and you only focused on what you want and what you love and you in your life? Well, that's a New World practitioner. And that's why I say, come take it once. And if you work on someone and they want their money back, you call me up, I'll talk to them and I'll find out what it is, why they want their money back, and I'll pay them. I'll pay them. I'll pay them. Because I want to know where I failed you. Or I want to know why you still haven't got the confidence that you need. And then we'll work together on that. Because guess what? You are the product. You are the product of your life. Everything you own, everything you are, everything that's around you, you've created. Knowingly or unknowingly. So I don't even know how many people we have in the November 6th course, but I know 3 more people signed up today. I tell them as soon as you sign up, please get a consult. I send them to Dr. Keith Tong, mainly. And I tell them that, do the consultation, and it's going to help me and you help you. If you start doing the perfect 4 pillars of the perfect day before you come, reduce your inflammation, your infection on an emotional and physical level. And then after you finish the course, I'll give you $150 products. I don't think that's a bad deal, right? That's your bonus for helping to know that you got to get started working on yourself before you come here. A lot of people didn't do that. Okay? Not everybody's meant for that. You know, the reality is you got to look at the person and say, okay, is that what, do I, you don't have to be me. I don't want anybody to be me. You need to be yourself. So maybe you need to do a course that's just based on vitamins and minerals. Maybe you need to do a course that's lighter. You know, discovering oneself is not meant for everyone. And then actually being a braveheart and holding the line for yourself. And, you know, I get it. I do. I get it. I'm way past it being about the money. You know, when I was away, I went to TTAC. And Tara calls me up and says, Daryl, there's 3 people and they want their money back. They don't want to take the non-surgical. And I said, well, who are they? Then she told me, and then I said, give them the money back. They're not ready. Maybe they'll be ready down the road. And maybe, just maybe, we stirred something up inside of them that they're going to process that's going to save their life and save them from dying from a disease. And maybe it's going to give them the life that they've always wanted. And I don't want them taking the non-surgical too, and then they're distracted from that. Maybe they just need to go and process and go to the beach more and take in that iodide. Maybe go do a sand scrub. Maybe they need to just take in the sunshine and the setting of the moon and have an afternoon nap and just juice, or I don't really know. But you know what? I said they're honoring themselves. They're maybe not running away from it. And even if they are running away from it, maybe they need to run away from it. And then they'll come back to it. And then there are people that come to take the course that they're not in good physical shape. You know, let's be real. People are not in good shape. I mean, to be told that you're in really good shape, you can have 3 autoimmune diseases today. Did you know that? You can have 3 autoimmune diseases, you know, and when you say to a person, so how's your health? Oh, it's great. Meanwhile, they've got 3 autoimmune diseases, diabetes, who knows? They did have cancer, but now it's gone, right? Okay. And then they've got arthritis. But guess what? You know why they're great? Because they're not in the hospital. Today, you're healthy if you're not in the hospital. So if you asked a person when I was young, are you healthy? If they had a disease, they'd say, no, I'm working on it though. Today, you're healthy. So see, everything's changed. It's all just programming, and we're programmed to kill ourselves. We are. Right. They want us finished by the time we're 50, 60. They want us done. They want us eliminated. And it's working. Their program's working, wouldn't you say? Go to the grocery store and see what people are piling in the grocery store. Look what people snack on every night. I know it's difficult. It's difficult to make choices, good choices, when everybody in your family has toxic beliefs. And it's true. It's very rare to find a couple of people that are unconditionally loving themselves and each other. Whoa, there's a new one. And so I get it. You know, you want to come and take the course, but the course is so far removed from your family. And then if you had to go back to your family, wow, they're so far from this. What am I going to do? So it's not meant for everyone. But this is meant for people that really want what we were supposed to have, if they want their God-given right. And their God-given right is to finally find their authentic self. And that authentic self is mean that you are the light of your life. And you shine that light on your patients. And you teach your patients to be patient with themselves. And you actually give them tools and strategies that actually work, instead of playing inky-dinky schnitzel house and just giving them a bunch of supplements. Yes, I sell energy medicine products. I don't sell supplements. But understand something. My main core foundation is the emotional, because guess what? If I said to you, you have a son, we're going to hold your son ransom. And if you don't have a slight smile on your face and stay connected to your breath, and only focus on what you want in your life and only do the things that make you happy, then you'll never see your son again. But you need to do that for 1 year. You would do it. Now, if I told you to do this for yourself, you wouldn't do it because you'd say it's very selfish. I'm not going to love myself and do that kind of stuff unless I'm being threatened. Don't tell me I don't know. You can walk into my office. You can come on the phone. I don't even see your face. I just need to hear your voice. I know who you are, and I know your personality. And you can say that's cocky, but no, it isn't. When you no longer judge people and you just observe them, and you have unconditional love for them, you know exactly where they're coming from. The minute you judge someone, you don't get to know. You're going to be off track. And guess what? Learn the easy way or learn the hard way. A good practitioner doesn't judge, he observes. A good practitioner knows that it's the belief systems that that person has that created the disease, and we need to change those belief systems, but we can get them on really good, high vibrational foods to help to realign them, balance them. I don't heal anybody. I don't cure anybody. We align them. We bring them back. We bring them back because we bring up the vibration of their physical and their invisible body. Understand? Understand who you are, what your purpose is, what your passion in your life, and then go for it. And then have a slight smile on your face, even at a funeral. Guess what? Sad people are usually not well, are they? Depressed people are not well, are they? Anxious people are not well, are they? People that are happy, people that focus on healthy things and love for themselves are healthy. I have a slight headache right now. That's only because it's been so busy. You know, that's why I was an hour late today. I mean, if I take you out to the garden, which I'll show tomorrow, and I'll show you the tent cost us $15,000. That's totally destroyed. The garden, whole area is destroyed from the hurricane. And understand something, you need to get this. We couldn't do the course here, so now we got to go back to the resort that we did the emotional training at. And that means that Sage and my small group had to work day and night to make sure that we pulled this off this morning, because there was a day off and that was the day of the hurricane. So they had to dry everything, move everything over. So do you know what that takes? That means you have to stay present. You need to stay focused. You need to stay in your passion. You can't be talking about what's wrong in your life. You need to stay on target. You have to be selfish enough to know what it's going to take to keep you healthy and to keep you happy. And that's a New World Practitioner. And that's what a New World Practitioner will teach. I don't know what else I really want to say today, to be honest with you.
We're at 48 minutes.
But I will tell you this much. I will do my best to let people know what type of course they're coming to. And this course doesn't okay, let's put it this way. Most of the people are like, they've skyrocketed. How long is it going to take you to let go of that which does not serve you anymore? And there's the big problem when I talk to people right now with this whole COVID thing. They're still trying to hang on to the old world. We're going into a new world. I think it's appropriate I called it New World Practitioner, because a New World Practitioner lets go of the old world, lets go of the old way of training and treating, lets go of the old way of thinking and drinking and eating. Anyways, I want to thank you for joining me today, and apologies for being an hour late, but hey, it wasn't a day, was it? And the reality was we couldn't even fly home yesterday because of the hurricane. And you know what? Just know this, okay? No hurricane lasts forever. And when it is done, hold on to your passion and purpose, clean up the mess, get back onto your goals and your focus and your dreams, and never let your imagination ever, ever leave you. And turn that kitty litter into a sandbox so that you can build the castle of your dreams. Thank you for joining me. God bless. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it. Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited. What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time. Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite. You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together. So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek. Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in because you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win. I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited because this is your life. And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Good day, I'm Dr. Darrell Wolf. Do you know why you or your friends or your family are struggling with their health? Well, because they've never been given a strategy. And every time they go to see a health practitioner, whether it's medical or natural, all they're doing is getting Band-Aids. What if we were able to create a strategy that you could create the perfect day from the minute you woke up until you went to bed, and then we continue to guide and support you along your journey as you grow, your program grows. And what if you only paid one price, and you had unlimited support and guidance for the rest of your life? That's called the Perfect Day Consultation. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body, so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.